Hi guys, here I am again, Darren from Kingfisher Computers. Following a recent video that I did regarding securing your passwords, I decided to think, right, how could we go further from here? Obviously, secure an email. Obviously, email these days is the gateway to more social accounts, obviously communication, etc. So, how do we really ideally secure our email account? Right, first of all, securing your passwords. I don't know if you watched my previous video regarding having secure passwords, or what would a secure password be. You can either watch that video, or I could quite simply tell you now. Okay, having a secure password, we could either use websites like securemypassword.org, which simply you enter a password and it generates a random set of numbers and letters, obviously, as a suggestion for the password. Problem with that being, you're not necessarily going to remember the password, although the password needs to be something you can remember and is stuck in the back of your mind, so you don't come into a problem with forgetting your password. Again, like I suggested in the earlier video, you are best using a password or a set of numbers which sits in the back of your mind. Like I said previously, I use old phone numbers. I suggest people use old phone numbers that have been disconnected, and obviously we don't forget old numbers. And then mixing uppercase, lowercase letters, ASCII characters, like question marks, exclamation marks, hashtags, with that number. For example, like I have said previously, the Kingfisher Computers phone number is 01429 280955, so I would change the O to zeros to O's, ones to I's or L's, 8s to B's, and then mix and match with uppercase, lowercase, question marks, etc. Okay, so from that, next point of call will be logging in your email, changing the password to something secure. Obviously, I don't know why you may be here, but you might have security concerns. You might be worried that people are in your email, watching your email, you might be getting stalked. Who knows? Okay, so secure your email. Change password first, of course. Once you've changed your password, someone who has previously been in won't be able to access. If someone is in and they realise you've changed your password, they might have changed information within your email account, so they can access later on. So, next point of call after changing your password, change the security questions. Okay? You generally, if you are a potential target, or if someone was to target you, they're going to know you, right? Or they may know information about you. It's quite easy, if they don't know you these days, to find information out about a person. You could go on Facebook. You could use the births, deaths and marriages register to find out the date of birth. Mother's maiden name. You could use Facebook to find out the dog's name, street you grew up by, old photos. There's hundreds of different avenues that someone can find in the 21st century with the growth of obviously social media to find information out about a target. Again, secret questions, mother's maiden name, right? We could easily births, deaths and marriages register to find that information. First school, someone could go on Facebook, look up old school photos, could find out your primary school, stuff like that. My suggestion for security questions, it's quite simple. What I'd do, or what I generally do and I advise people to do, say the first security question is mother's date of birth. Mother's maiden name. The second question is first pet's name. Third question is first primary school or favourite teacher. Mix and match the answers. So the answer for mother's maiden name may be the answer to the second question. So on and so forth. Mix them up, but just write it down somewhere, and wherever you write it, make sure that information is secure. It's in a safe, under your bed, I don't care. As long as you know where your information is. Again, next part. So secure with the security questions, okay? Personal details. On the likes of iCloud, one of the first points of call when they do a password reset is ask for the date of birth. Again, this information is simple to obtain. If the person knows the target, they're going to know your date of birth. If the person doesn't know who the target is and it's a random hack, they'll look on your Facebook. If the date of birth's hidden on Facebook, they'll go through your Facebook feed and see when the date of your birthday is. Again, what I generally suggest is change the date of birth by 1 day out, 1 month out, around the year of birth. So I'm 1983. I know I don't look it, but I'd round it down to 1980. Simple as that goes. Alternative email is the next point of call. Okay. Again, if you're going to set up an alternative email to link your email to, make sure that account's secure as well. Obviously, the same routine. Make sure it's a secure password. Don't have the correct personal details. Security questions, mix and match them. And obviously, if it ever comes to the point where you need to get your account, there's an alternative email account for the likes of Google Mail, Yahoo, Gmail to send a forward email to reset the password. Okay. The next one is obviously one of the pierre de resistance that a lot of social media, email companies, etc. are doing these days, linking your phone number to the email address. Obviously, the rigmarole with that is you associate your phone number to an email account, and they verify that information by when you put your phone number in. They will then send you a text message with a verification number or password, etc., to pair up the email address to that phone number. Can be security issues with it. It is possible to bypass, although extremely unlikely. You need a really experienced professional hacker to be able to get into, or I can't remember what it's called now, intercept SMS messages. Although again, very unlikely. There's obviously a novice hacker or someone is going to be able to do that to you. But again, linking a phone number, it's going to really secure your email account or social media account, etc. Therefore, there's not necessarily a requirement to have your secret questions, personal details, alternative email address, because again, if you go to reset your email account, you're going to get a text message to your phone with the number, reset code, etc., temporary password, and to be fair, you will be secure. Okay, I'm Darren from Kingfisher Computers. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope I've helped you no end. Thanks, bye.